Which JoJo villain is the most evil? Now that's a question that's kind of hard to answer, since everyone interprets bad things differently. So let's rip off the hit YouTube series Analyzing Evil, and rank every JoJo villain from least evil to most evil. And now remember, this is my list, so you might disagree with me. Diavolo is easily the least evil out of all the JoJo villains. For example, Diavolo will not act unless you're trying to come after him. For example, all the bad things that he does to all the Part 5 characters in Golden Wind are not because he wants to do it, it's because he's forced to do it, because Bruno and Giorno keep on pushing him to find out who he really is. Obviously, selling drugs to kids is not good. We can all agree to that. The thing is that it makes him money. There's a means to the ends. And to be fair, he probably isn't targeting kids that he's selling drugs to. People that are taking drugs just happen to be people that are under the age of 18. So I wouldn't even really say that he's at fault for that. Yes, he's supplying them, but he's probably not targeting kids exactly. So overall, in my opinion, I think he's the least evil. Also, not to mention that Diablo is only half of a person, because we have Doppio to worry about. And Doppio is not a bad person. He's actually a decent human being. He's just being provoked and you could say manipulated by Diavolo. So in reality, Diavolo is not even that bad. Toru is a person who was basically just never loved by anyone. But it's okay, Toru, because I love you. Toru is like Diavolo, similar in the fact that they don't attack unless provoked by someone else. But the reason why Toru is worse than Diavolo is because of the whole grooming Gyasuo since she was 10 thing. Wait, am I reading this right? He's grooming her since she was 10? Now that's a cancelable offense on Twitter.com. You gotta go, man. And to think I even liked you in the first place. Jeez. Also, Toru trying to put rock humans into places of power while knowing that rock humans are terrible people? Now that's messed up. Kira is not necessarily a bad guy. Okay guys, hear me out. Kira has a OCD compulsion to murder. It's not really his fault. You know, not to mention he tried to live a normal life when he was living with Shinobu and Hayato. He didn't want to murder people. Also, unlike the last two villains, he does kill innocent people, which is why he's lower on the list than them. So yeah, Kira, you might be my favorite villain, and I might be a bit biased, but you're not that bad. Valentine is a truly evil person, but he has a sort of noble motive. Don't get it twisted, all these villains deserve to be locked up in Arkham Asylum, but Valentine at least tries to do good things for his country. Let's also not forget to mention what he did to Lucy Steele. Yeah, I'm seeing a trend of alternate universe villains being a bit handsy with underage girls. Valentine and Kira are complete opposites, by the way. Kira is a decent person with bad motives, and Valentine is a terrible person with good motives. Overall, Valentine is still pretty evil. But Valentine's in luck, because he's still not as evil as the next three villains we're going to talk about. These people are just irredeemable human beings. Pucci is a person who was misled and brainwashed by Dio to believe in what Dio believes in. And Pucci can be almost unforgivable at sometimes. He thinks everything he's doing is right, even when he's killing thousands of innocents. To quote Weather Report, "You're the type of evil who doesn't even know he's evil." And that's the worst type of evil. Dio is a terrible person, and there's nothing else to say about him. He is literally the generational hater. Dio has the heaven plan, right? And that could be interpreted as good. Maybe. But him enslaving an entire village in part 1 is terrible. Not to mention he killed Kakyoin! Kars is the only JoJo villain that has no redeeming factors about him. That's why he is my least favorite JoJo villain. But on top of that, he's just evil for the sake of being evil. He killed the rest of his entire race, except for AC/DC and Wamu. But even when Wamu and AC/DC die, he mocks them in death. He simply does not care about anyone other than himself. He just wants to take over the world. And that's why he's the most evil JoJo villain, but also the worst. God, I hate Kars.